If you're looking to start a profitable blog, or perhaps you already have an established business, you're wanting to get more eyeballs via blogging, or maybe you already have an established blog and you want to take it to the next level, this video is for you. We're going to be unpacking some of my top monetization strategies so that you can actually run a blog that generates revenue for your business. So if you're interested in learning more, definitely keep watching. I'm Kim Jimenez, digital marketing strategist and the founder of The Business Lounge, and today I wanted to tackle one of the questions that I get asked the most when it comes to content marketing and leveraging the interwebs, the media, right? All the amazing channels we have available to us in order to really attract more customers, generate more leads, close more sales. And that is, Kim, I know blogging is important, but how do I actually make money from it? And so I wanted to share a couple of the things that my blog has done for me after running it for about 5 years now. So I got my start blogging, just documenting what I was learning about social media, even before I even launched my social media marketing business, which was a service-based business. And I started my first blog on Tumblr, which was not the best idea at the time. I didn't even have a website, and so I migrated to WordPress soon then after, and I actually landed my first corporate job from that blog. So corporation locally actually found me via the blog, and because I was already documenting what I was learning about social media marketing, they offered me the job on the spot. It was a full-time gig. I hadn't even, completed my degree. My degree was in nutrition and dietetics, and I was, hired as a social media director for a big company with a multi-7-figure marketing budget, which was amazing. So that was opportunity number one the blog brought my way. Opportunity number two was that via that blog, I was able to actually quit that 9-to-5, even though it was my dream job, and actually launch my own business and attract a ton of leads, potential clients and customers who were reading the blog, seeing the authority that I was building, and wanted to work with me. Fast forward, I was also able to transition, from having a service-based business that was actually waitlisted. I had clients who were literally on a wait list to work with me, which was an amazing, kind of achievement after a ton of work and some struggle for sure. Like, don't think it was just this perfect, kind of journey, but my blog definitely allowed me to transition my business from a service-based business into consulting, and from consulting to a full-on information-based product business. And that was amazing. So we launched the Business Lounge and several other training courses like Social to Social and Zero to Branding. And the way that we marketed those courses were via content marketing, right? We had built an email list through the blog that allowed us to sell and monetize our programs online. And so I've worked with a lot of clients one-on-one, helping them really leverage the power of content marketing to sell anything, from hot tubs to actual, online training to coaching, consulting, books, e-commerce products. So I've worked with a variety of business models, and I can tell you this, blogs are extremely powerful. Even though they're not like, the sexiest strategy on the internet, they're still extremely effective. They're extremely powerful in converting, visitors who do not know your brand into actual loyal fans who are going to actually give you their money in exchange for your products, programs, and services. So I just wanted to start with that because I think it's really important to understand the power behind blogging and why it can actually be an incredible asset for your online business. Now let's get into some monetization strategies and how you need to be setting up your blog for success. But before we get into that, I just wanted to give you a heads up that I am going to be hosting a brand new masterclass. It's absolutely free and it's on this topic. So watch this video, definitely use the strategies, but if you want to dive in deeper, we have a 90-minute free class that you can jump in. It's totally free, where I'm going to be unpacking all of these strategies in way more details. I'm going to be showing you examples of different business models, different strategies. You're going to come behind the scenes of my blog so I can show show you how we monetize it. And that's actually going to be linked in the description box below. You're also going to see it in the cards. There's a free masterclass and it's called How to Sell More with Your Blog in 4 Easy Steps. So it's going to be very in-depth, but it's also going to be fun. You're actually going to get some free bonuses. If you join me, you're going to get my funnel diagrams as well as some cool worksheets that you can take with you. They're absolutely free. So definitely sign up for that. Again, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below, and we're also going to have it somewhere here in the cards. Make sure to sign on because we have a limited number of spots available. Our software can't take, you know, hundreds of thousands of people at the same time, so make sure to reserve your seat for sure. Okay, so let's dig into some of the monetization strategies that I highly recommend. So number one, and this is extremely important, if you're blogging and you're watching this video, I highly recommend that you set yourself up for success from the get-go by having a product or a program or a service to sell. So here in the channel, I always teach that you have to have a legit business, right? That's the whole premise of having an online business, at least how we teach it here in the Business Lounge. And so hopefully you're already an entrepreneur or you're thinking about launching a business and you have an idea of what you want to sell. Keep in mind, you do not have to have your own products, right? You can also be an affiliate marketer and monetize your blog that way. But having other strategies that maybe used to work in the past, like selling, you know, advertising space on your blog or utilizing AdSense, can still work, but really that's kind of a very antiquated strategy, and it's going to take so much work for you to be able to monetize your blog. You're going to have a monster blog with, you know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of site visitors every single month in order to make it worth it for your advertisers and in order for you to make like a significant, substantial income. So when I talk about monetizing a blog, we're not talking about having it be kind of like, you know, side income, maybe a couple $100s a month. We're talking like the type of money that's going to allow you to work on your blog full-time, work on your business full-time, and generate, you know, a couple $1,000s a month, if not, you know, 6 to 7 figures. So we're taking this seriously, right? We're not just trying to monetize here and there. We have a full strategy. So just wanted you to keep that in mind as we kind of talk about the strategies here. So strategy number one, have your own products, programs, or services, or become an affiliate for someone else's. Critical, extremely important, because the whole idea of content marketing is to reverse engineer the sales process so that you are delivering tons of value up front for your potential customers, which are the people who are going to be reading your blog, right? And then giving them value so that they actually come and either purchase your products, programs, and services directly via the blog, or they become leads, and then you can actually come back and nurture them, build a relationship, and then sell them on your products, programs, or services. So the first thing, or I should say the second strategy that I really want to make sure you are focused on is like the most obvious thing, but oftentimes I feel like we're so busy and distracted by like all the shiny strategies, all the shiny objects, that we forget the fundamentals, right? And how the fundamentals actually allow you to build on your success sustainably. So the fundamentals are what usually makes us the most amount of money, and that is true across the board for the majority of businesses, right? We look at Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule, where 80% of what you do in your business that's generating revenue is fundamentals, right? The basic things, the basic action items, basic steps, over and over and over again consistently, and that's what's actually going to be generating 80% of your results. 20% then is like, you know, the shiny kind of ninja hacks and strategies that you might be incorporating. So we're going to focus on the fundamentals first and then talk about the advanced stuff. So the first thing that I want you to really think about, and this is really tip number 2, again, I keep saying number 1, but it's number 2, it's really hone in on your content. You have to have a content strategy that makes sense for your business. So let's say, for example, that you are selling skincare products, right? You sell skincare products, maybe you specialize in skincare products for people who have rosacea or people who have acne, you know, just coming out with an example, you know, off you know, the top of my head. So what you want to do is really start talking about topics, right, that are related to your product. We're not going to be blogging about, I don't know, recycling or, what you had for dinner last week. You're going to focus on solving problems for people who have rosacea, right, who struggle with acne, who really could utilize your products, and you're going to attract them through that type of content. Now, there's some really cool tools that I highly recommend that you utilize when you're doing research to figure out, okay, what should I blog about, right? What should I write about? So number one, I love using BuzzSumo. So it's buzzsumo.com. Again, you can come over to our blog post to see a list of all of the tools that I mentioned. It's going to be linked in the description box below. Okay, so BuzzSumo, great tool. It kind of lets you search for topics that are similar to what you were blogging about. It'll pull up a bunch of different blogs and it'll tell you, how many social shares they've received, and that can kind of give you an idea for what are some of the hot, popular topics that you might look at in your industry. So you also want to use the tools like, Google's Keyword Planner, which I think just got renamed. Anyway, it's still available, but you need to sign up with an ad account with them now. It's kind of like they changed completely their system, but it's still very, very useful. So highly recommend going in there and kind of looking at, okay, what are some of the trends, what are the topics that are getting the most amount of search queries on Google, and then writing, about those types of topics on your blog. Super important, just making sure that you're writing about topics that people are searching for so that they can find you. And then down the line, when you have a monster blog and you have tons and tons of articles, you can start, just talking about things that maybe don't get as many searches, but your audience is still very interested in. So definitely a content strategy is a must. You have to attract the right type of visitor to your blog if you want to monetize it, right? Because if we're attracting the wrong traffic, that traffic is not going to, be able to purchase your products because they're not interested in them. So you're going to be wasting a lot of time, energy, and effort. Okay, so step number 3, or monetization strategy number 3, is you have to be collecting names and emails. So think about it. People are maybe searching on, Google, or maybe they're finding you on social media. Maybe you, have a YouTube video that goes along with your blog and you post it on YouTube. They're finding you on YouTube, which by the way is an amazing strategy, and we'll talk about that in a second. But they're finding you, they're landing on your blog, they're reading through it, right? And they see your product, or perhaps, they actually get distracted, they read another blog post, and then, I don't know, they get a phone call, they're, talking on the phone, and then they X out of your blog, and they don't come back. So a great strategy is to actually collect their name and email so you can follow up with them, right? Let them know about future blog posts, share even more detailed information with them on a topic. And a great way to do that is by leveraging lead magnets. Now I have a full video on creating the perfect lead magnet. We also have a full checklist that you can download. So I'm going to be linking that in the description box below, as well as in our blog post, so you can get those resources as well. And that way you're actually able to give someone, value in exchange for their name and email. And so what we like to call these lead magnets that go along with blogs, they're called content upgrades. And they're usually related to that specific blog post. So I'll give you a quick example. Let's say that in this specific video that I'm creating for you guys on our blog post, we have a webinar, and that's the webinar that I just talked about, or the masterclass that I just talked about. And so in that class, I'm asking you for your name and email in order to access the class, and then I can follow up with you down the line, tell you about new videos that are coming up, share with you some of our paid programs if you're interested in that, and that way we can, further that relationship. And so that's the exact same thing you want to model. You want to be able to capture names and emails and follow up with your blog readers so that you are A, sending more traffic back to your blog, B, building the relationship and offering more value, building that trust factor, and C, selling them on your product, So it's really important that you're actually capturing names and emails within your blog. Monetization strategy number 4 is equally important, and that is leverage traffic, It's super important that once you have your content down, you have a solid product, and you also are gathering or capturing names and emails, that you're actually bringing people to the blog, right? So I see this as one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of bloggers make, is just focusing in on the content and in the strategy, but then they forget about, you know, generating traffic and bringing new eyeballs into the business. So it's really important that you have a solid traffic plan or a solid traffic strategy, and SEO is critical, right? It's a must. You really need to be optimizing your content for search engines so that when people are searching for a particular topic, your blog post shows up highest. And so we have an entire training resource inside the Business Lounge if you're interested, all about SEO for WordPress website. So if you have a WordPress website or you have something like Squarespace, the strategies that we teach inside the SEO class that we have inside the Business Lounge are definitely really relevant. But you don't want to stop at SEO, right? You also want to take a look at other search engines that are usually not thought about as search engines per se. So Pinterest is a tool, right? It's a channel that a lot of people consider social media. It's a social media channel, but it really isn't. It's a search engine. And Pinterest is an amazing tool, especially if you're blogging, if you're creating content consistently, you have to be on Pinterest. I mean, you're going to receive an incredible amount of traffic. It's usually very quality traffic, and they're usually people who are ready to buy. And no, it's not just for girls. You know, one of the highest growing populations inside of Pinterest are actually men. So I highly recommend, you know, going in, understanding Pinterest, getting a traffic strategy that allows you to rank higher on Pinterest so that your blogs can actually generate a lot of revenue. And inside the masterclass that I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to show you kind of like one of my blog posts, some of the pins that have gone viral for us, and how much money those blogs have generated. So I have one specific blog post that I've been able to attribute about $17,000 in revenue just from that one blog post, and it keeps bringing sales to us every single week, and it helps us build our membership, the Business Lounge. It helps us, you know, really bring value to our customers, and usually those customers buy more than once from us. They buy multiple courses, which is extremely valuable for, you know, our lifetime value of each individual customer. So Pinterest is something you should definitely be leveraging. Again, if you're interested in learning more about Pinterest, join the Business Lounge. I'm going to keep just telling you about it because it's such a great value. It's $59 right now, and you get access to 23, you know, training courses, like loads of video training courses that are separate, workshops, there's resources, there's a community, and then you get to ask me questions personally. But we have a full course on Pinterest, A to Z, exactly my entire process. It's gonna walk you through literally how to create a winning traffic strategy. And then the third kind of sub tip, right, within your traffic channels is leveraging YouTube. If you like to be in front of a camera, even if you don't like being in front of the camera, if you can sit behind the camera, create a cool slide presentation, and turn your blog post into a video, kind of repurpose that, the search engines will actually give you even more rank, right? Because you're using rich media, and video is considered one of those rich media formats. And so YouTube, in addition, right, is also a search engine. It's not a social media channel, and that is such an amazing, powerful tool that, again, I don't see enough bloggers leveraging at all. So this video that you're watching right now, it's going to be part of a blog post inside of, you know, our blog. And so we leverage the power of YouTube to find more right eyeballs and generate more traffic to our blog. And that really helps us to, you know, have a complete strategy where we're driving traffic from different channels, and if one channel goes away, we're good to go because we've already built and established authority and rank on other channels. So that's really important. And so I'm gonna leave you with this. You don't have to have a monster blog in order to monetize from it. I started monetizing my blog when I had, you know, like a couple hundred visitors, and that's how my employer found me. So if you're trying to position yourself as an authority figure, if you're trying to really sell more of your physical products, more of your services, more of your online training programs, blogging is a must. It has to be your central hub, whether you're podcasting or you're a YouTuber. Blogs are extremely valuable regardless of the type of business model that you have, regardless of, you know, the goals that you're trying to achieve. It is kind of like that main hub for your business, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you have one. It's a must. We include it in our success path inside the Business Lounge. It's something that I recommend to all of our members, and I rarely say this because I don't think there's often, you know, kind of like a one-size-fits-all, but I truly believe that blogging is the exception and something that you need to be leveraging for sure. So if you have questions about blogging, let me know in the comment section below. I love to hear from you. Maybe what is one of the challenges that you're finding with either launching a blog or growing a blog or scaling a blog. I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. Drop me a comment, let me know, and I will do my very best to answer every single one of them. Maybe we'll create a follow-up Q&A with all your questions. And then stay tuned for another video here coming to the channel where I'm going to be sharing my top tools for blogging, the tools that I use every single day in the business, the tools that the team and I absolutely love, that are tried and tested, kind of like our ride or die tools we've been using for years, that can really help make this process of blogging fun and really effective for your business. So thank you so much for watching. If you watched it, you know, the video all the way through, I'm sorry it was so long, but I definitely wanted to take some time to explain every single step in terms of monetizing your blog and creating a strategy. I hope that you found it helpful, and hey, if you did, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to sign up for a free masterclass all about, you know, really monetizing your blog in 4 simple steps. We're going to dive in with, like I mentioned, tons of examples, really go into the details and the behind the scenes of my blog, so hopefully you can get yours up and running right away. So I love you. Thank you for being so amazing. Have a blessed rest of your day or night, whether you're watching this at night or during the day. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
So, you know how building an online business can be totally overwhelming? You're probably learning strategies from YouTube, other blogs, podcasts, and taking courses that are all great, but sometimes give you contradictory and even confusing advice. I get it. It's hard to filter through which strategies you should be implementing right now to grow your online business versus the ones that you should stow away for the future, you know, when you're actually ready to implement them. And that's exactly why we designed the Online Success Path. Inside, we broke down the 6 stages of a successful online business: validate, launch, hustle, breakthrough, profit, and scale. And we designed a complete roadmap inside the Business Lounge membership just for you. Inside each stage, you will find a step-by-step action guide tailored to the specific challenges you'll encounter during the stage of business you are currently at, complete with getting started tips so you can know exactly what to expect, video tutorials so that you can implement new strategies, action items so you stay on track, plus full-blown courses to help you focus only on the tasks that will accelerate your progress right now and take you to the next level in your business journey while keeping you accountable and overwhelm-free. So if you're ready to take your online business to the next level, get started at jointheblounge.com.